What is up? Welcome to Messin Around Mondays. We have a very good episode for you today. We are going to be, well, let's start here. We've been very basketball heavy on this podcast. Let's address it early. We've been very basketball heavy on this podcast for the last couple of weeks. And I'm just going to say, if you want this to be a podcast, good news and bad news. If you want this to be a podcast where we sit on here and we're like, oh no, and complain about all the refs and Zach Edey and stuff, it's not going to be the one. It's too early. The wounds are too fresh. But it's also already been a couple of hours. I've had time to cool off. If you put a mic in front of me about 5 minutes after the game, I would have had some things to say. I've simmered down a little bit the Zach Edey hate. So with that being said, we're not going to talk about basketball here. We will talk about Final Four matchups on Friday in our Friday episode. We'll do it. We're going to see it through to the end as much as I don't want to. We will continue this March Madness coverage for the people. There's a couple good matchups there. As a preview, I think we're going to be big. Tins is a big UConn fan for betting purposes. I'm a big DJ Burns fan because he is the good guy to Zach Edey's bad guy. So I think that's probably the summary of what's going to be happening there. But that'll be on Friday today. We're changing our tune a little bit. We are going to do some press release. We are going to do a little hypothetical. Shout out to our guy Matthias for sending this one to us and telling us it thought it'd be fun. We're going to do a little bit hypothetical there. And then we have a pretty special one that we've been waiting for a little bit. I think it's going to be a good one to get us back out of this basketball slump and into back in our bag a little bit. I think this is some back to our vintage food type content. And so we're auctioning breakfast, our perfect breakfast. And so we'll get to that a little bit later. I think it's going to be a really, really fun auction, though. It's our second time doing an auction, and I think it's a pretty fun format. So we're going to be doing that one. Boys, with that all that being said, sorry, that was the longest intro of human history. I had to get the Final Four stuff out, so I didn't have to think. I didn't trick myself into talking about it on the actual podcast.
There you go. Yeah, we're not talking about basketball today. Done.
Yeah,
it's time to mess around.
Yeah, real quick. We missed an opportunity of live streaming or at least getting highlights of Zach watching a UT game. So much screaming at the television, so much jumping around. Very entertaining stuff. But
yeah, we were all together. We kind of got together for some Easter. That was already pre-planned, and then as an added bonus, we got to watch this basketball game together, for better or for worse. It was mostly for worse, I think. But it was pretty fun to get to watch it with everybody. I am not a casual basketball watcher. I don't have that in me, really. And so that does come out there.
It's passion, ladies and gentlemen.
Certainly it's something.
You don't want to be hanging out with a guy who just casually watches his team in the Elite Eight and just lays down and takes a beating. Like, no, we're going to fight.
You gotta fight for your team.
So
that's right.
That's all I had to say about that.
I will say, I went to Tennessee at a time. Whenever this is my last sports thing, I promise I'm done with it. But I went to Tennessee. It started in 2013, and during Tennessee football games, they would play this video on the jumbotron before every game. And it was Inky Johnson who played football for Tennessee, and he's like a motivational speaker now, but he had a pretty bad injury on field. He basically lost his entire arm, and where it's like you can't really use it at all anymore. And he gives this little hype speech at the beginning of the game that they play on the jumbotron, and he's like, "I will give my all." And then at one point he's like, "I will give my body for like the Vols on the field," and I got so hype every time. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm giving my body for Tennessee. So whether I'm in person or I'm at home sitting on the couch, I give it all to Tennessee, even if it does not really affecting the game at all. I don't really have that the capacity to not get fully involved in the game.
Sometimes I make no apologies. Sometimes I was wondering if you did think that they could actually hear you, the amount of screaming at the TV.
See, I think this was my problem. I went to so many games where like you legitimately can affect the game if you're there in person, you know. And I feel like I was at some football games where the crowd legitimately was having an impact on the game, which is always like a really fun thing because you feel like you're part of it. There's a game against Oklahoma back in 2015 when the Oklahoma players came. It was Baker Mayfield and his team. They came off the field, and it was the wildest environment I've ever been in. And they were like, we could not hear anything the whole game. And Tennessee went to overtime against that team that they probably had no business going to overtime against, and it was largely because they were not prepared for that environment. So I know what an environment can do. So somewhere in the back of my head, I think that's my problem. Is I'm like, I've got to be here. I've got to be in the game for the fan or for the team, even if I am at home. So I take back my no apologies. I actually do apologize to my wife, who has to bear that usually by herself with me in the room. Because I'm like that no matter if I'm with people or not. That's how I consume sports, UT sports. So there's that. Okay, that's all the sports talk now. We're done.
It's all the sports talk.
You said about 3 minutes ago that was all the sports talk.
Well, you brought it back, Mason. That was your fault. Okay. So other than that, today's Easter. We're recording on the night of Easter. Tins, I did hear you had an interesting. Did you end up trying any of those peeps that you sent us?
Yes. So yesterday we did Easter with Morgan's family, Easter egg hunt with the kids and such. And when Morgan went into Walmart to get some more eggs and candy, she's like, "Oh, look, the peeps." So she saw the birthday cake peeps and the Dr. Pepper peeps. I didn't try the birthday cake one because I am anti birthday cake flavored things. I think it's gross, and it doesn't taste like birthday cake. It's just some weird. I don't know. I don't like
sugar.
that flavor.
She's like sugar.
Yeah. The Dr. Pepper ones are weird, for sure. I would not eat them on purpose again. It's just kind of like a vanilla flavor.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might eat on accident somehow. Who knows? But yeah, no, I wouldn't try them on purpose. But it has been Easter candy overload in my house all weekend. Macy has just been opening Easter eggs and putting all her candy in a pile and going, which one am I going to pick? Like when I'm like, hey, you can have piece of candy. And it's been just an ongoing topic of conversation for hours and hours.
She just takes that long to choose what she's going to pick.
Well, yeah. So like Friday morning, I had to go get them after work and spent the day with them. And so she had all her candy from school. Yep. And I told her if she, had good behavior all day, cleaned up her mess, ate her dinner, she could have a piece of candy after dinner, right? This was at 9:30 in the morning. I told her this. She all day was just like playing with her eggs, opening them, making piles, putting all the candy back into the eggs. And she was just like, I don't know which one I'm going to pick. And then finally, at about 5 o'clock, I was like, honey, stop talking to me about Easter candy. It's all we've talked about all day long. I'm about to just let you have a piece right now so you'll just not bring it back up.
That was the problem.
I think that's what she was doing. She was just trying to wear me out about candy, where I would just be like, all right, you can have it. Just quit talking about it. But she's a candy fanatic.
Who isn't? Who among us?
True, very true. Also, whenever you guys left, she made herself a big plate of the banana pudding that your mom made, and I was like, "Holy, where'd you get that from?" She goes, "It's fine. It's sugar free." I was like, "A, why do you know that? B, why do
sugar free? It's practically good for you.
Yeah, need to be eating it right
now." Mason, I think what percent brain capacity do you think you're functioning at right now, Mason?
Yeah,
probably 12%, if I had to guess.
That's very low. Mason, so we need some story time. We had an event earlier.
Yeah, so we first of all we had like this toy. It was like a helicopter toy where you pull this string,
right,
and this thing goes flying in the air, and it got stuck up in the tree, and I was constantly climbing up the tree and trying to get this thing down. I don't know what happened, but I jumped down and then I turned around and I just like ran right into this thick branch and where everybody like looked at me in concern. It was so loud, and I'm pretty sure I'm concussed now. We were playing a hibachi ball or bocce ball or whatever it's called.
Bocce ball.
I could not remember what color we were at all. I was like,
he asked
what?
me like 4 times. We were on the same team, and he was like, are we red and blue? I'm like, no, Mason, no.
I would just like, okay,
I
would like to tell Mason, remember that time when you made fun of that Star Wars show where young Leia was running through the woods and the guys were kept like hitting themselves on tree branches? I think this is fitting that this is what happened to you.
That happened to you, and you weren't chasing a kid with
you weren't even chasing someone. You just ran into one.
Ran into a tree branch.
Running into trees. It's a danger.
That's karma, if I've ever heard of it right there. I was making fun of them, and then I just ran right into a tree branch. And my like teeth like chattered together. Like I'm so glad I didn't like bite my tongue, or it would have been a disaster because it was just like the hardest hit I've ever had. Just head
the hardest hit you've ever had.
Like me running into something probably, because that was like bad there for a minute. I was trying to play it off like I was fine, and I was not. Are you
sensitive to the light?
No, I had a headache there for a while, but I still don't remember what color we were. Were we yellow?
Oh, no.
Yellow and red?
It's cooked.
So, yeah, I might have a concussion. It's fine. Okay. Everything's fine. We'll be
on concussion watch. He's on concussion protocol. He's fine.
Yeah.
He's getting benched for the day, though. All right, boys, do we have let's go ahead and crank through press release here. I don't think there's a whole lot going on this week. There wasn't a lot of big news, I feel like, but let's do some press release. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Tins?
Yeah, I'll kick off. Godzilla X Kong versus Kong, I guess, grosses 1.94 million at the worldwide box office. Biggest opening weekend of the year. So I definitely want to go check this movie out. It's getting a lot of hype. Visually looks very good. So, and I've liked this series so far. It's been fun. Lots of action. And then Dune 2 crosses 600 million worldwide box office so far. So it's becoming very big. It's doing very well in theaters and box office numbers. And I'm hoping it spurs them to keep this franchise going. I have not seen Dune 2 yet, but everyone says it could be like like they don't have to end it there. They could keep going. But
interesting.
I don't know why I haven't gone and seen it yet. I need to. I guess I'm waiting to just rent it.
Same. I know. I have
for it to come out on like where you can rent it or watch it on HBO Max or whatever.
Yeah, I have not watched the movie in a minute. Okay. Mason?
Yeah, so I don't know. This is like something we always did as a kid. Our parents would take us to like all these different stores to go shopping, and one of them was if we were on our best behavior, we went to Dollar Tree and would get to pick out a couple of items, and I always got so excited and looking forward to that because it was only like I could pick out how many items, and it's like the toy aisle was like, you know, and it was only $1 for each item. But Dollar Tree on the struggle bus here lately, they announced that they are closing over 1,000 Dollar Tree / Family Dollar. They're owned by like the same company. And they also announced that their prices used to be $1, hence the name Dollar Tree. If everybody remembers from COVID, they went up to $1.25, and now they are going up to $1.50. So Dollar Tree, not $1 anymore.
Inflation hit them. Yeah,
hit them hard. So the max price, which everything in the store used to be $1, and then they changed it where they were having items that were $5. Now that also jumped up to $7. So struggle bus, and that was 2021 when it went up to $1.25. Do what?
I said, not my Dollar Tree.
Yeah, back when we were a country, it was $1. We need to rename the store. You can't name it Dollar Tree anymore.
So that was one of the. Did anybody like go when they were a kid and always get
Oh
excited
yeah,
about picking out something that was
I
like
love a
that?
Dollar Tree for sure.
A
I
good
always
Dollar
used to
Tree.
go and get packs of That's where I get all my Pokemon cards.
Yeah, they did Pokemon cards there.
Mm.
Yeah. I wonder with the and me and my brother we made we actually tried it when we were like in high school or college, but they had steaks there for $1. They had frozen meals for $1. I'm always wondering if you could pick something that actually wasn't like what was worth the most out of anything in that store that wasn't $1. Like you could get Dorito chips and like all sorts of brand name stuff. I don't know. I haven't been there recently. I'm sure they've changed a lot of it, but yeah,
I feel like I
Dollar
bought a lot of
Tree.
candy at the Dollar Tree. Like they had the
Yeah.
dollar candy stuff. I feel like I'll get that.
Yeah.
The
And you
toys
can't,
were
and you
never
can't
really worth it because they would just break within like
Yeah.
5 minutes of playing with them.
usually, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going back to back here on my press releases.
Sure.
We like to keep up with the Dairy Queen. They announced
Fast
that
food
they
tracker.
had. Yeah, well, you always gotta keep up with the Dairy Queen and their blizzards. But they announced a couple new flavors for their summer. I don't know what we're doing here because s'mores is not. We've talked about it before, so I'm sorry for the rant. But s'mores is not a yearly thing. S'mores is not back for the summer unless they announce it later down the road.
Coward.
They do it in
But
the
they're
fall. It's a
they did
fall
it in
one.
the fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought like s'mores could be like go sit around the fireplace during the summer nights because they were like it wasn't too cold to make a s'mores. So, but now it seems like it's turned into a fall thing. But the new flavors that they announced was peanut butter cookie dough party blizzard and
I
the
try that.
ultimate cookie blizzard.
It's a lot of words,
I'd
Yeah.
eat that cookie
but I
one
would
too.
eat that.
The peanut butter cookie dough party blizzard, I feel like party doesn't necessarily, it's just too much. Like if we would just done peanut butter cookie dough blizzard, it's exactly what it is chocolate chip cookie dough, peanut butter topping, and a rainbow confetti crunch.
Miss me with the confetti crunch.
Just
Hold
ask
the
for that off.
confetti.
Hold
I'm
the
not a
confetti.
big fan of like because the confetti stuff is what birthday cake flavor ends up being.
There you go. We talked about that
And
earlier.
I don't like it.
Do you? I kind of said it earlier, but the ultimate cookie blizzard. Maybe you all already forgot, but can you guess what cookies are in the ultimate cookie? It's
Oreo.
like overload.
I can.
Snickerdoodle.
Chips Ahoy, Nutter Butter, and Oreo.
Yep, that's it. That's like an overload McGee.
No, that's perfect. That's America.
That's perfect.
It's America in a
Well,
cup.
It sounds like something that we need to try.
I'd eat that.
Me too.
But real quick, final new addition was the Peach Cobbler Blizzard.
Yeah,
Anybody
this one
Peach
I think
Cobbler fans?
I'm very.
Zach just gave it a thumbs
nice.
down.
Down on Peach.
and-
Sorry.
Yeah, thumbs
I am
down.
a
Tens just said he
giant
was excited
Peach
for
cobbler
it.
guy.
Wow.
A summer-friendly frozen dessert that features real peaches and cobbler pieces.
Real peaches, huh?
Give me all
Real
them peaches.
Okay, I've got a segment idea. I think we need a fast food segment, like where we just talk about new stuff on fast food menus.
I think
Like,
We could do that because I feel like half the time
I think we end up doing a press release. Yeah, I think it would just be fun to isolate a certain segment and be like, "Hey, here's our press. We need to cook. Let's workshop that. Let's cook up a new
Let's cook something up,
fast food restaurant update,
or just food update too, because there's snacks
Right.
and stuff too.
Yeah. Something just that to like say this is food related.
Yeah, I like
Agreed.
that.
Okay,
That's
we'll
a
cook
good
that up.
idea. Live on the
So-
pod, brainstorming there. For all of
This is
viewers.
what we give that other podcasts don't give, the behind the scenes stuff that happens on the scenes. But back to
on
the
the
blizzards
scenes.
real quick. Apparently
Okay.
Dairy Queen's going to offer a BOGO on blizzards from April 1st to April 14th.
Wow,
I'm wondering if that's
you
like
have the
through the
app.
app, if they have one.
that's special.
Maybe like a
Cook the one
one-time deal.
visit.
What?
Tough break.
Yeah, the owner is like original owner, and he's very old school. No one likes working for him. He gets a lot of bad reviews.
Got him.
All right.
Roast him. What's his name?
I don't know his name, but I just know if you go look up reviews on their Facebook page, everybody's like, the owner is a tool. He will not be nice to customers. Like if you try to complain, like, hey, something was wrong with my food, he's like, I don't care. Yeah, and he won't do the app because he feels like it gives away too much free food.
That's tough.
Coward.
So I said
But I
April
wanna use the app.
1st. Speaking of April Fools, me and Zach may have just got
Yeah, I was gonna
fooled
mention
by
this.
an April Fool's. Oh, go ahead, Zach. You take it away.
Oh, I think me and Mason both got duped for a little
Yeah.
bit. I fact checked it after and I realized it, but 7-Eleven released this press release that they were going to be releasing a hot dog flavored sparkling water, big bite hot dog sparkling water. And the fact that I thought it was sort of real for a little bit is, I don't know, it's the internet for you. But it turns out that it was like from a semi-reputable source, which is why I went with it. But they said later on that it turns out it was like a pre-April 1st prank, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. So there is no hot dog flavored water apparently. What a bummer. I only have one pretty quick press release today, and it is involving Disney Plus and Hulu. If you are subscribed to both, you can now see the full Hulu experience on the Disney Plus app, which has a new color. Have you guys seen the new color? It's a little bit like greener than blue.
It's a little bit teal.
Blue green. Yeah, a little teal. Shout out.
Absolutely loves teal.
Shout out.
It is weird.
Pretty good Duval there, Zach. Good job.
Thanks. It's weird having some of the Hulu shows, which are definitely not family friendly or appropriate
whatsoever,
the Disney Plus app. So, all you parents out there, be on alert if your kids are scrolling through the Disney Plus or are used to doing that. Can't really do that probably anymore. They're going to end up watching Shogun or
Family Guy,
The Bear, or Family Guy, or a show that they should not be watching. So,
and Disney Plus started this. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, they have like parental controls, right?
Yeah, but I was gonna say they started like Deadpool, on there, and a bunch of other like kind of inappropriate, not for kids, probably a year ago, if I had to guess.
Like we have Macy's profile, and it's set for just kids stuff only. Yeah. And then and it's weird. Some of the movies, like Moana, it's not rated like kid technically,
it's like PG.
Because it has it's PG. So we have to we want to watch Moana or Frozen, we have to switch to Morgan's profile because it technically won't fall under Macy's.
What makes it not G rated?
There's like intent. It says like intense situations and
mild violence.
Mild violence, I think is what it is called. So just stuff like that.
Gotcha.
But it is on Hulu. We like to watch MasterChef or MasterChef Junior, and Macy knows that's the app to go to watch that. And so I was like, hey, let's watch MasterChef Junior. And so she was setting it up, and she was scrolling down, and she saw Family Guy, and she goes, "What's this cartoon?" I was like, "Oh, that's a grown-up cartoon." Uh-oh. She goes, "Grown-ups don't watch cartoons." I was like, "Yeah, no, you can't watch that. It's bad.
Do not watch that." That's funny. Yeah, there's definitely gonna be some of that out there. I feel like it's gonna happen to somebody, and they're gonna get sued or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Gonna look out for that.
Yeah.
So we, like I said, our friend Matthias, big supporter of the pod. We were gonna have him on sooner rather than later. I think he gave us a prompt that he thought would be good for this segment, and so we're gonna talk about it here. The prompt, and it's been floating around social media, so it's a pretty fun one, though. It is, you have $1 billion on the line. It's a lot of money, $1 billion. You and 100 other people, random people. I guess you can say they're probably picked from wherever you live. 100 random people are chosen. You have to come up with a contest that you feel like you could win, beat 100 other people in this contest of whatever you think it is for $1 billion. So it's you got one shot at it. You get to pick what the contest is. It kind of feels like that show, speaking of cooking shows, with Bobby Flay, Beat Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I got this contest, this is the dish that I'm the best at, and make them try and beat you with it. So it's kind of like that. You get to set up whatever you think you would beat 100 other random people at. I thought it was an interesting question. You guys thought about this one very much? You have some that you're like, yeah, I could do this for sure.
Brainstorming all day.
There's some very random ones I feel like I could beat people at. There's a few I kind of thought of for you guys too. So
okay,
it should be fun.
Do we? Yeah. So what if we? You guys want to throw out some of that for each other? Maybe then we can talk about if there's one for yourself that you feel like you'd be really good at.
Yeah.
Okay. Tins, what do you got cooked up?
I think Messin could beat anyone in a sleeping contest to see who could sleep the longest. This guy, you give him a pillow and a blanket in a dimly lit room, and he's out.
Especially during Sweet 16 matchups.
Yeah, with your favorite team playing.
Yeah.
Or you get the podcast afterwards.
I feel like Messin could sleep 18 straight hours.
So I probably have done that before. I don't know. I just got so comfortable watching that UT game. I had a rice sock that you heat up in the microwave that was right at my neck, and I just lay there and I was like, I'm so comfortable. I'll just close my eyes.
He's trying comfortable. I was sitting like in
I was comfortable that entire game for 1 minute.
I mean, you're gonna be stressed out regardless. You might as well get comfortable.
You fell asleep, Mason.
You purposely went to sleep. You got yourself nice and
relaxed. You're asleep.
But I was like, I'll just shut my eyes for a minute, and I was out.
Missed the whole
I felt bad about that. Missed a podcast.
That's another mark on your perfect attendance.
Tough break. No, that's hilarious. That's actually one that I was thinking of. If you literally was like, oh, who could stay in their bed the longest and like just live there? Like I could probably do that. There for a while, like I remember you guys like invite me over, and I'm like, but I'm already in my bed, and you guys are like, it's 7:30 p.m.
Sorry, I can't make it.
Sorry, I'm already in my bed. Yeah, that's pretty good actually. You guys, we know each other so well. This is gonna be fun. All right, Zach.
My first one was for Tins. I think if you did a Jaguars like trivia, I think Tins cooked.
Yeah. No.
I mean, there's maybe like a handful of people in the world that could beat you, but if you're picking 100 people, like I think there's a pretty good shot.
He'll spout off like
every time.
Purple.
Yeah, he'll spout off like the backup left tackle.
Weird.
Like he'll know every position.
Yeah,
that was one I had for myself and not even just Jags. I think it's NFL starters. I can name starters toe to toe with anybody.
Yeah,
just
I think that's true. It's weird. You got it on lock.
Yeah, it's not a good skill to have. Should probably try to be better at something else in life, but here we are,
crushing it. What about something like Blue Coast related? Do you think there's something that you do at Blue Coast every day that you've been doing for a long time that you're like, I could crush this?
There's
something. Or...
I'm pretty like if we're talking like just food cooking stuff. I'm pretty fast and proficient at cutting vegetables the way that like restaurant quality. I have good knife skills for someone who has not spent 1 second in a culinary school. Like I am self-taught in it. I feel like I have good knife skills, but I can roll a burrito with the best of them. And I don't do it a lot. They don't pull me up front too much to work at Blue Coast because I am the only cook. But if they do, I tell them I work a certain spot in the line because I'm the one who's going to roll burritos, and I roll them where they're not just a mess. Like it's rolled, everything's even. You're going to get something from each thing and each bite. It's a perfect burrito when I roll it.
Big burrito guy.
It's the trick is your thumbs and your pinkies. That's how you roll a burrito real good.
There you go.
Wow. Write that down.
Write it down. I'm writing it down right now. I had one for Zach. And this is just throwback. We used to play this ridiculous game called And One, where you had to initiate contact. The only way that you scored was to initiate contact, so you had to get fouled. So you would just run into someone, like tackle football while throwing the ball up. And Zach was, first of all, he would always, no matter what, scream as loud as he could and won.
That's part of it, yeah.
And then while throwing the ball up in the air, and I just felt like that was the guy you wanted on your team was was Zach there with the just and one while he like throws the
I feel like
ball
I
up.
do. I have a DJ Burns physique for sure. I've got a physique.
You're all about
that,
the contact.
like
He fights through contact very well.
if I was maybe like 6 inches taller, I think I could do it.
Yeah, because you've got a nice mid-range shot.
No, I don't anymore. I used to be better, but I was never tall enough, and I can never jump enough to like actually be competitive with people who actually play basketball well. But I could throw my body weight around pretty good. That's what DJ Burns does. So yeah, it's a good one. I like that game. It's always fun.
Did anybody have any others for each other?
I had for Zach, I had and really you could pick whatever gummy candy you wanted for this, but I think Zach could smoke anybody like in a Sour Patch Kid or hot tamale or gummy bean,
it could be.
jelly
good.
bean.
That's
like
fantastic.
I've never seen a man can eat as much of that as him.
Yeah, it's not good for me for sure. It's part of the problem with the DJ Burns physique. What about off-brand Oreos?
Off-brand Oreos, yeah. I don't think anybody wants to eat those.
That's for reference. One time I bought like an entire sleeve of off-brand Oreos for like $2. I mean, it was like 100 cookies.
Here's some backstory about Zach Durham. Is he doesn't like to spend money, but we'd go to the Dollar General on a nightly basis, especially in the summer when we were out of school and stuff like that. And Zach he wouldn't buy name brand stuff because it was too expensive. So like for example, I would buy a thing of Oreos because they are delicious and they are great. Zach would say, why would I spend $1.90 more on name brand when I can buy these and get double the product?
They taste like cardboard.
Over quality was Zach's motto.
I did say that a lot.
Those knockoff Oreos were garbage.
No, they weren't the best, but it's quantity. You get what you pay for with it, for sure.
Oh, that was every time I see those, I just laugh.
That's a good one. Messin, I think Messin could, if you're just picking 100 random people, I think Messin beats all of them in a foot race, probably.
Wow.
Messin famously finished a 5K in, what was your time?
It was like barely over 20 minutes.
Does that still haunt you?
Just a little bit.
I 20 minute and like 30-second 5K?
Yeah, it was literally like 20 minutes and 5 seconds or 7 seconds or something like that.
There are not many people on this earth that can run a 20-minute 5K. Like there definitely are people, but if you're picking 100 random people, I think there's a very good chance.
Yeah, I'm taking Messin in a 5K against 100 people.
All right,
random people.
Even now, I'm not done one in a while. Maybe we
have 100 random people, like 15, like probably like 25 of them aren't even going to finish it. Like they're not even going to be able to get to the finish line.
Yeah.
So I think you're good. Yeah.
I appreciate that, Zach. Maybe I should just start getting back into it, just in case this competition does happen for $1 billion and they do ask me and I do pick that, then I'll be ready to go.
You get like a track runner that when you're 100. That's part of the game. You never know what your 100 is going to be. But.
That's true. I had 2 for Tinsley. This all started in 2020 in Taco Bell, where I taught Tinsley how to sports bet, and now they say the what is it? The student surpassed the master or the teacher. This guy, we've had some great memories on the podcast or just in general as friends, but this guy like hitting bets like way better than me now. He actually has to like add it to his taxes because of like how well he's done. So if I had to, and he's done competitions too. He is like actually in the running for like a competition right now. So if I had to like bet, if they had to do like a bet competition, like what he's doing right now, I would pick him over 100 people. Cause so far he's literally proven it right now. I don't know how many's in this competition, but he's like doing very well.
I think there's 200 and I'm 7th after tonight, I think.
Okay. I was still putting my money on it. Yeah. So that's one
I would
of
take that.
Super Bowl was like a huge win for him. It was very stressful, but then fun at the end when he was like hitting all these bets. So that, and then
Baseball's
also,
here. I'm
yeah,
about to
baseball's
smash
here. He's
baseball for
crushing
you
it.
for you
So
sports bettors. I'll be
yeah,
posting on the app.
there you go. A little plug right there for everybody. The second thing was going to be one of my favorite memories was playing Jumpman, eating snacks, and watching Tinsley like dominate in zombies and bring in. I don't know if he could still do it now to this day, but we would all play as a team, and then everybody was like dead, and he had to like revive everybody and come back, and he has like literally like 100 zombies chasing him while like just dominating. So those are the two that I would probably, because he was like, that was like the craziest thing I'd ever see him like do on a video game was play that game.
Yeah, I used to be a lot
Would
better
you
at
agree with
video
that?
games.
Yeah.
I don't, that one's hard because there's 100 people. You get one good video game nerd in there. I was just good at that particular map and that game.
Yeah.
But
No,
we never.
I would pick that particular map in that particular game. Like, bring it on.
Wow.
And play Jumpman the whole time.
He's elite.
Have your snacks ready.
But that was a team bait because there's 4 of us. I would,
Yeah.
I would just be good once it was. If you guys died, I just, clutch at the end.
Clutch
but,
G. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did have that in you, so
Might have to just get on there solo and see how far I can make it. That'd be fun.
I re-downloaded it, so I've got it. It's very fun.
We could put that on the Twitch.
On the Twitch.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys got any other ones?
One for yourself?
I just had like the
one.
NFL starter ones.
Yeah.
Any like NFL trivia, I feel like I could dominate that pretty good against just an average, like 100 random people. I don't know how many are in there as hardcore NFL fans as I am. And I just like learn about all the random stats and nerd stuff.
You wouldn't win against the cheaters on the cruise ship, though. The sports trivia where they would ask
cheaters.
Them about a 1980s tennis question, and somehow they got it all of them correct, and they were like 15-year-old kids.
Those guys are cowards, and if they're listening to this podcast, I challenge them to a one-on-one trivia off.
Where their
phones on the boat
too.
I was asking for that on the boat too. They wouldn't respond. It's my challenge.
It's always tricky. 1 out of 100 can get pretty weird because you never know who's going to get dropped into that 100. I mean, that's why this is weird. I think if I were to pick something, I think something disc golf related could be true. I haven't played in a minute. Maybe like a long drive competition or something. Like if it's like I said, there is a lot of players in Knoxville who would definitely beat me. But if I'm picking 100 people, there's probably like 85 who've never played disc golf, and so that's
don't even know what it is.
Easy wins. Like they're not winning for sure.
Right.
You maybe have 2 or 3 guys who or ladies who've actually played that you might actually be competing with. So you're just giving yourself a pretty good opportunity there.
Math. You can do like
quick math.
I don't know. Yeah, quick math, multiplication. I mean,
math. Yeah,
you're elite at math. You are a doctor of math.
This is true. I'm not actually a doctor, but I do have a degree.
We're a master of math.
I think most math things, like I said, there's always, if you get somebody in there, there's a lot of people who are pretty good at math though. I think maybe like something weird that a lot of people forgot how to do.
Right.
Like long division or something like that. Like a skill that people don't use every day, so they forget how to do it. But I've taught that recently, so I know how to do it, and I can do it very well because I've done it very recently. Like I think if you gave me a huge long division problem, I could solve it quicker than 100 people. I think that's true.
How to fill out a check correctly. Those are like extinct at this point. No one knows how to do that.
I can't. I don't. Why would you think I could do that?
Well, whoops. You don't know how to fill out a check? They taught us in school. Well, you were
Everybody
thinking.
line up, 100 people, fill this checkout. I don't know why you
There
think
you
I would
go.
be the best of that.
That's the most random thing I've ever heard in my life.
I feel like no one knows how to fill out a check. That's like unknown now, and that used to
Okay,
be
this
like
is a
the
weird. This
daily
is a
thing.
weird one, but I think this goes along with the math. When I'm doing tips at a restaurant, I always round to the nearest dollar, so my tip value comes out. Like I'll do it in my head, and I'll get as close to like 18 or 20% as I can, where it rounds up to the nearest dollar.
It's
And I
pretty
will
good,
pretty much
actually.
always do that. So I do that pretty. So Megan is always like, "What the heck? Why are you doing that?" I'm like, I don't know, I like it. So
Just
I don't know
because I
how.
can.
I don't know
so
how you
think if I
turn
were
that into a
sitting with people,
competition, but
yeah, I mean, it's weird. I
It's
don't know.
quick math. Yep.
People just
there you
get
go.
numbers and they're like, round, give a tip to the nearest dollar. Go. Yeah, I think that's true.
All right.
Okay, so are we gonna get to our auction here?
Yeah, good idea, Matthias. That was a good little practice segment there. That
Shout
was
out.
good. Shout out. Yeah,
Shout
let's
out.
do it.
Okay, so breakfast auction. Here's the rules. We get 4 items each. We're changing up a little bit of the rules from last time we did a breakfast auction or an auction because I think we a couple of us ended up with a lot of picks at the end that we got for very low amounts of money with low stakes. So to prevent pick hoarding until the end and then picking all the stuff you want that hasn't been mentioned yet, we are including a $10 minimum bid. You have $100 total to build this breakfast. You have a minimum of $10 per item. So that leaves less money to play around with a little bit, but we each only get 4 items. So that's an average of $25 per item potentially. So I think it's going to work out. We're going to take turns putting items on the table with a minimum bid. So if you pick something garbage that no one else wants, you might have to pay $10 for it still. So that's
You
kind of
played
why we
yourself.
instituted that. You played yourself. Or if you're like Mason, who actually had a very good move on me. Mason punked me last time we did this, and it lost me the auction, I think. So we're going to do that. You can throw out any items you want. I will say there's a couple of stipulations here. We're going to say that a protein, let's just give an example of some items that may or may not be picked. Bacon as a side dish is different than bacon on a sandwich or biscuit. So, for example, if you choose a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, that is different than having a side of eggs or a side of bacon. Or a side of cheese, I guess, if you want that. You do you. Entrees, but like I said, we're all auctioning it. So if you want to say whatever, you can. So this, it's all going to come down to the auction here. Any questions? Do we feel okay about that?
Feeling good.
We will go into each of us have 4 items, but with that new stipulation in mind, if you already have 2 items in your bidding, you have to have $20 left in your bank account to get to the last 2 items.
Yep.
Okay. So let's get an order of who's going to throw some stuff out. This is going to be an interesting one. I think there's a couple ways to play it, whether or not we want to start with some of the heavy hitters or whether we want to start with some things that might be more specific. I don't know. There's a lot of strategies that you can use with one like this. So I think it would be fun. All right. First pick. Are you ready?
Sir.
Let's hit it. First pick coming around is Mason will be throwing out the first auction item. Second, tens.
Yep.
And I will be going third.
Okay,
Mason. So what are you going to be throwing out here first of all?
I'm going to go with to start the minimum bid of $10 on the everything bagel. Everything seasoning bagel, $10.
Does it have cream cheese on it?
Cream cheese on it.
Okay.
Yep, with cream cheese. Everything seasoning bagel, $10. Anybody? No takers? Going once.
Wait, hey, you don't get to do that.
Going twice.
I think it is a good breakfast item.
Is it in the top
I would
4?
eat a bagel for breakfast.
Everything to me is better on a savory, like if you're doing a savory
It is
bagel
more savory,
sandwich.
for sure.
I don't think it
So
works
I
with
just
the
went like
cream
bagel
cheese.
sandwich.
Yeah, but now you played yourself.
I still get
Congratulations.
stand by it. I like everything seasonal.
$10.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it. Beautiful.
I think I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not bidding on that.
I think bagels are a good breakfast item.
Well, I don't know how we're gonna do this. If I did the everything seasoning, can you do another different bagel? Like that was kind of like, so I went with the specific. Like
probably
I didn't want
not.
to do a
I think that's
plain.
probably it on bagels.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, congrats, you got bagels.
I like a good bagel. Don't be hating on it. You would eat a bagel. I've seen you eat bagels.
Yeah,
I
you see me eat a lot of things.
You see me eat generic Oreos.
Yeah.
What does that say? Am I going to draft it?
You saying you've seen me
Who
eat
knows?
something doesn't mean anything. I've eaten a lot. I'm a fat guy. I
All
enjoy
right,
food.
Tinsley, you're up.
All right. Speaking of being a fat guy, we're gonna go with chicken and waffles with syrup.
Oh man,
$10.
15.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
I'll go
We'll go
16.
18. 18.
Oh, dang it. I'll go 20.
Ooh. I'll go 22.
Strategy.
23.
26.
I'm out.
28.
29, Bob.
The $1 increase.
Okay, I think you can have it for that.
All right. That is my favorite breakfast food. So
really? Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
I was
chicken
willing
waffles.
to go up to 40 for it. So thanks.
Oh dang! I didn't know. I thought you might stop at 30. I was nervous.
Yeah, no, that is my
Chicken waffles is very good.
favorite.
It's very savory. Tins, I feel like you're not a huge breakfast guy, huh?
I'm not a big breakfast guy there, but there's one spot down in Jacksonville we always go to. It's called Grumpy's. Shout out.
Mm-hmm.
They have an elite chicken and waffles.
What do you think makes a chicken and waffles good?
You need to have a nice fluffy waffle, but the chicken and I prefer chicken tenders. I'm not someone who does the like a chicken
Same.
breast or the like with the wing and
Like
all
bone
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like it better with the tenders when the breading is very light, but also crunchy. You don't want it to get soggy. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So your syrup, do you put butter on it as well?
I don't really put a lot of butter even on just like a plain waffles or even another item that we'll probably auction here soon, pancakes. I'm not big on putting butter on stuff. I like the syrup. I like to put a little hot sauce on the tenders. Just to get a little hot honey action going on. Because I did syrup for this, but I personally prefer, I'll get honey instead of syrup. I'll switch it.
Interesting.
But that's just me.
I like that.
But big chicken and waffles guy.
Okay. I'm gonna throw this out here. This is, we mentioned it earlier. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. $10.
$16.
$20.
$25.
27.
$30.
32.
34. Mason, you out?
I'm out.
36. 36.
38.
39.
40.
41.
Tins, you're approaching your limit already.
Yeah.
42.
He's thinking.
I don't want to give it up, but he has an advantage on me here. I will go. Where are you at? 42.
Yep.
Go 44.
45.
Wow.
All right, it's yours. Kit.
Okay, I like it. That's pretty steep. Here's why the bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit is elite. It's much different. Like no one's gonna go to like a sit down restaurant probably and order this. I think its versatility is what makes it a great breakfast food. I think a lot of times we are on. I don't know. Breakfast is kind of one of those times where you're a lot of times moving around, or you're going somewhere. You're driving through McDonald's. You're driving through Hardee's or whatever. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit is going to hit every time. Yep. It's got a couple of your main breakfast groups there. You have bacon, which I mean, obviously, egg. You have your biscuit. They're pretty customizable as well. If you wanted to throw on something else, you could. But just at its core, you can make it at home. You can make a really nice little bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or you can go and get them from even like gas station bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits. Like if you go to Weigel's, which you guys don't have a Weigel's, obviously, but they make a very good bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Even McDonald's, though, it's good.
Yeah.
It's pretty much always going to be good no matter where you get it from. It's got a little bit of everything. I think it's a great breakfast food.
Yep. Shout out Grumpy's, the place I just mentioned. I get a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with my chicken and waffles. It's a feast. It's a huge biscuit, though. It's not one that you can.
There are some big ones out there. Yeah,
great. A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit is hard to beat for sure.
I paid pretty hefty for that, but I feel pretty good about it. Okay, Mason, back to you. We've each gotten the thing that we put up for auction. So
I was fully expecting Mason to go bacon, egg, and cheese with the first, and so I was ready to load up on that, and I thought maybe it was going to fall through the cracks here.
Yeah, the everything bagel is Mason. I don't know. I feel like Mason might have a strategy going on somewhere. So he definitely has the most capacity left for betting on things. He did this last time. I feel like he let us load up on big stuff, and then he came in afterwards.
We'll see.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with $10 on the omelet.
Build your own omelet.
Yep, build your own omelet. $10. Nobody?
I can't let you get away with this. I'm not an omelet guy.
I think it's what Mason does. I know he picks weird stuff now. He's the only one that really wants it, but it's like not a bad item.
Right. $10 we don't want it
enough to I'll pay. Go 11. I'll go 11.
$12. If we don't make him pay for this, he's going to be a menace. $15.
You just bet against yourself. Attaboy.
You sure did. Oh, man. I have a couple more on here that I like, though.
You look at him. Sorry. He's about to just let us have it at $15. All
right, you can have it.
No way. Wait, hold up.
Tinsley's going to bid in? What? No, go ahead. Huh?
I bid against myself. I was only at 12.
This guy, what is this guy doing?
No, I'm not
bidding anymore. I'm not bidding.
I'm out. I'm at 12, Mason. What's your official bid?
Yeah, I'm out.
You're out? This guy.
That's what I'm saying. He
did this to me last time.
He doesn't want it.
I hate that. I mean, it's a good strategy, I guess. Fine. I'll take the omelet for $12. That's a pretty elite entree for $12. I mean,
it really is.
He thinks he got me, but I mean that's gonna look good on the graphic. So
it will.
He's gonna end up with a bowl of fruit and a bagel.
I just got an omelet for $12. I'm gonna take it. Not what I would
All
have
right.
picked, probably, but it is how the cookie crumbles there. Okay, that was something. Certainly, one bid and Mason was out.
I mean, I like the omelet, but not enough.
Why did you say it then? What for 12?
No, I thought I'd get it for 10, like I did my everything bagel.
The $2 was enough to dissuade you from it.
I got other things on the list. We're good. We're going.
What else?
We'll be fine.
Big ticket item.
Go ahead. Whoever's next.
This guy, we cannot let this guy get pancakes for $10.
We're not, because right here, pancakes, $10.
Take your time.
$11, Bob.
Well,
to Richard Mason's blood already. $12. He's out.
13.
Doesn't want to spend his imaginary money.
$15.
16.
21.
25.
26.
27.
Wait, is this pancakes?
Yes, pancakes.
I'm at $57.
30.
This was his plan. You should have let him get the omelet for $10.
33. I think that's my max
your
bet. I'll be
capacity
honest with you. I think that's all I got.
What do you maxed out at? 34.
Okay, I'm out.
35.
Tens has got
36.
71, but you have to save 20, so you've got 51 to play with.
Right. What'd you say, Mason?
26.
We're in the 30s. What are you talking about?
You just bet 34 to outbid me, so
35. I meant 36, not
39.
I'm a concussion, okay? 40.
41.
I'm out.
oh my gosh.
All right,
Yeah,
all right,
I'm carbo loaded here with pancakes and chicken and waffles.
Since you're at 7, you're at what'd you get? 41?
Yeah, so I'm at 30 bucks.
You got 30 left for 2 picks.
Okay.
Mason's got 90 left for 3. He's saving his money somewhere. Whatever.
Let him have his bowl of fruit. His yogurt parfait. Let's see how the graphic treats you when you're out here with your bagel and your fruit.
Your brunch, yeah.
I got some things cooking. Go ahead.
Oh, he's cooking all right.
Oh, he's cooking.
Watch out.
Watch out.
Okay, let's do this one. I don't believe in saving all my junk like me. I don't believe in throwing out bad stuff I don't want. I believe in going for it. Let's do.
Yeah.
You didn't take $12.
If you like something, you would pay more than $12. In the real world of America, you're probably paying more than $12 for an omelet.
Okay, I'm doing this. This is as traditional as it gets. This is biscuits and gravy.
Just regular sausage gravy.
$10. Yes.
Yeah.
10 is out. Mason.
It's not an item I like.
$15.
Make him pay, Zach.
$17.
$20.
25.
26.
27.
Okay, you can have it.
I got a biscuit heavy, but I'm okay with me.
Mason, what do you want to eat for breakfast?
That is my question as well.
What is left?
What did I get that for? 20 what?
7.
27.
Okay, sick. I got 3 items.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Is it back to me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see what this is.
I'm going to go with, even though I have trouble pronouncing it,
oh boy,
I'm going to go with $20 bid on the cinnamon roll. You can have that for breakfast. I've had it for breakfast.
$20.
No, I thought everything started at 10.
Oh, $10. Sorry.
Mason,
Played your hand there a little bit.
not a lot of protein going on with your breakfast items.
$10. Is that what we're starting at? $10 bid. Sorry.
Okay. Are you going to pay more than that? Are you going to pay 11?
He said 19, 20.
Okay.
So we're already at 20.
And that's all you had to bet, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I was just trying to force his hand there.
I already started at 20.
Okay, so Mason, you got it for 20, I guess.
Okay.
Great pick.
Great pick. You're going to be hungry in an hour after your cinnamon roll and your bagel. Whatever
Nobody
else
likes
you
the
have.
cinnamon roll.
All right,
Okay.
tens.
All right.
You got $30
Hash brown
left.
casserole.
$10.
$10.
Okay. Hash brown casserole.
Yep.
He's whispering to himself.
$10.
Hash brown casserole. Okay. I'm going to go 11.
12.
What's that going to do?
I don't know. I think Zach likes hash brown casserole.
I thought he,
See,
I thought he loved
I've
it.
only got one slot left.
I've seen him eat it a lot.
I do really like hash brown. I ate a lot of it today. Shout out to my mom. I know she's listening to this. Great hash brown casserole.
It was elite.
I ate like 6 servings of it at Tim's daughter's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I can bet on it though. I have to fill a slot here. I've got a lot of pretty heavy carb rich foods.
You know what they say about breakfast? You want to carb up and be really
Carb
full.
load.
So you have a productive day.
They do say that.
As I'm sitting here with pancakes and chicken and waffles and potentially hash brown casserole. But the bid is at 12.
I can't do it.
Mason?
I'm out.
All right, I'll take hash brown casserole for $12.
Okay.
Any day of the week.
Tins, that's a good pick. Tins, you have $18 for your last pick.
I feel like I can fight a little bit. Find something.
This is getting really scary at this juncture. I'm gonna do it. A cup of coffee.
Oh.
I'm out. I got mine saved for something else.
Mason, you have 2 picks left.
Yep.
They're both saved already. Yeah, I think Mason comes into these knowing what he's going to pick already. He just like has to play it out.
Yeah, I don't know what that guy over there is doing. I'll go $12.
14.
All right, it's yours. I don't know if I want to end it on coffee.
Yes. That was I did want to end it on coffee. I think first of all, it's gonna look great on the graphic.
It is
second of all, I only had $16 left, so I'm glad you didn't do 18 because you could have beat me for sure.
That's why you're good at being Dr. Math, because I didn't know how much you had left.
But I really wanted coffee. I feel like coffee is like, I know you guys aren't big coffee guys overall.
I've become more of a coffee guy.
I drink coffee every single day, multiple cups usually. So
yeah,
I feel like I'm
a big iced coffee guy.
Breakfast. I like iced coffee a lot. Yeah, it's hard for me to eat breakfast without having a nice cup of coffee with it. So I know Mason's not really a coffee person either. Somewhat, but he's got it saved apparently. His plan. He's got to wait for his plan to come out. So my list is done. Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit for 45, omelet for 12. Shout out Mason. Biscuits and gravy for 27, and coffee for 16. I mean, that's a pretty good little meal right there. Got some protein, got some caffeine, carbs.
Feels like that's good. You hit that on like a breakfast buffet, like that's a good.
I'd eat that.
You're walking away with everything you need.
Okay, Mason. You have $70 remaining for your last 2 picks. So I literally don't know what you plan because Tins only has $18 left. So You can essentially
My
pick whatever you
starting
want.
bid, $10 on the chicken minis, Chick-fil-A chicken minis.
Oh, chicken
$10 bid.
Would have been a good one.
I mean, I don't want it. I already have a chicken-based product.
Wow, if Mason cut out $10
for chicken minis, baby.
Chicken minis. Okay, interesting.
Nobody likes
Mason.
those? I love them. That's like my favorite thing with the honey.
I mean, they're good. Yeah, they're good. Okay, Tins, this is the last interesting pick because it's going to come down to whether Mason wants it or not, essentially. If he does, he's going to get it. If not, you're going to get it. So it just depends on if he wants it.
Right.
Because Mason has $60 left. You have $18 left.
All right. Here we go. Let's just do the thing, you know? French toast. Might as well just have
Mason already knew what he wanted. It doesn't even matter.
No, that's
Mason has everything played out. Okay. So. French toast for $18. Shout out. Okay, Mason. Mason, I can't decide if you're a genius or if you don't understand
what we're doing here.
So, you're basically just drafting in auction format.
$10, Bob, on the chocolate muffin.
A chocolate muffin.
Chocolate chip muffin.
Let's run through Mason's.
I promise you, listeners, if you people don't come after this man for what he's done here, this is egregious.
So for $60, Mason picks up chocolate muffin.
I said $10.
Yeah, but you have to use all the rest. You cannot pocket $50. Sorry, it's not this works.
It will say $60 muffin next to your name on the graphic. Wow.
Okay, so here's how the numbers came out. And then we're gonna wrap up. Mason, everything bagel for $10, cinnamon roll $20, chicken minis for $10, and chocolate muffin for $60.
Well, I was gonna bid up for the chicken minis, but nobody wanted it, so that would have been like a 30-30. I would have had $30 left for chicken minis, and then $30 left for the chocolate.
Chocolate chip muffin is.
You guys don't like chocolate chip muffins? I love them.
I mean, all the breakfast items in the world, I mean, they're fine, but
it's like a good grab and go thing.
Type stuff.
You wouldn't fight for an omelet, but you were gonna fight for a chocolate chip muffin.
The omelet was just a little bit of a smoke screen. Like, it was okay, but it wasn't something I was like.
All right, this guy.
Tins got chicken and waffles for $29, pancakes and syrup for $41, hash brown casserole for $12, and French toast for $18. So Tins wins the highest carb count, I think.
Yeah,
but I mean, you get some protein from your waffles, a little bit of sweet from your French toast,
and pancakes.
True. And then I got bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit with an omelet. Shout out Mason. He thought he got me. I'm coming back. I'm coming around it. That's a good pick now. $12. Biscuits and gravy for $27, and a coffee for $16. So we'll see how the people vote here. I don't know. That's an interesting one.
I'll say if you're eating my breakfast, you better not have anything else to do the rest of the day. You're gonna need to lay down. You're gonna need to maybe get an insulin shot. That's a lot of sugar going on, I think.
There's a lot of sugar. Okay, well, that's our episode for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the non-basketball content as we continue to pretend as though basketball is not still going on and today's game didn't happen. Join us back here Friday. We will be talking about some of the Final Four stuff going on. We'll be updating you on some NFL news. It's almost about that time to get some stuff cooking. We are
draft season.
Draft season is upon us. JJ McCarthy draft stock going up for an unknown reason. Who knows? We'll break that down on Friday, and how someone is going to have the worst draft pick of the draft. Whoever picks him, second overall, apparently. We will be here Friday, so check in with us. Go vote against Mason, please, on Instagram.
That was good. That was good. Auction.
Okay, and with that, we will see you later.